Occasionally, we talk about prop firms on this channel. Now, this isn't going to be an in-depth, complete, all-you-need-to-know review. This is going to be me showing you why this firm is genuinely my new favorite firm. And if I was starting off my trading journey, this is absolutely the firm I would go for because it is the cheapest I've ever seen and it is very easy to pass and get a payout. Now, I know that sounds too good to be true, but let me just show you the power of these Funding Ticks accounts. So they have 3 accounts. They have 0, Pro Plus, and 1. I'm not going to be talking about 0 today because I don't think it has as much of a benefit as Pro Plus and 1. And I'm going to be talking about 50k accounts because that's just a general rule of thumb. 50ks are typically the best ones to go for, so it's the best to talk about and compare. Now, starting off with Pro Plus, we have a profit target of $2,500. That is better than a lot of firms out there, especially with a $2,000 end-of-day trailing drawdown. You have no daily loss limit, minimum of 3 trading days to pass, consistency rule of 40% with a profit target of $2,500 means if you're going to pass this without having to go over a profit target of $2,500, you don't want to have any trades that exceed $1,000 in profit. Then you'll just have to make more than $2,500 to actually pass the account. But that's pretty easy to follow. Just don't make more than $1,000 in one trade and you should be absolutely fine. Contracts, we can have 4 contracts, and I will go into the FAQs just to look at the scaling from minis to micros because I'm not sure it's 1 to 10 for this firm. But here's the big thing. No activation fee and a weekly reward cap, which you can change. So how this weekly reward cap is going to work is it's basically the amount of money that you can withdraw in 1 week. And for this firm, you can withdraw every week, every 5 trading days at 90% split. So that's another thing, 90 to 10 profit split, which is ideal for a lot of these firms. But right now, the weekly reward cap is set at $5,000 and the price of a 50k account is $125 without affiliate codes. Affiliate codes will get that probably to about $190. But if we lower the weekly reward cap to $1,000, which is the only other option, you'll see that the price drops off a cliff to $77. And if you use my discount code KAICAP, then this price will get knocked down again to $61. Now that's $61 for a 50k account with no activation fee. So if you pass this in 1 month, it's costing you just over $61. It's like $61.60. And then you have a 50k account that's passed with basically no rule. You have an end of day max drawdown. You have no daily loss limit, no minimum trading days, no consistency rule, and the contracts stay the same. So really, this is an absolutely insane account. And if I was looking to get into a firm and it'd be my first firm or one of my early firms to get into, these Pro Plus accounts absolutely I would be looking to get, because even though you have a weekly reward cap of $1,000, that's still $1,000 for one account. You can have up to 5 or 6 of these accounts and be pulling in $5,000 to $6,000 a week from just 50k accounts that have all cost you each just over $61. Just to give you a bit of perspective, compare this firm to something like TopStep. TopStep have a lower monthly fee of $49, but they have an activation fee of about $149, I think, off the top of my head. So you're paying just under $200 with TopStep if you pass it in 1 month. You can pass this in 2 months, even 3 months, and it's not going to cost you as much because there's no activation fee. And then if you go up to the top of their page, the FAQs, you can get a more in-depth look before I am going to do a video just talking about all this stuff, but I just wanted to get this video out today. But you can see absolutely everything you need to know about the Funding Ticks Pro Plus account here and the Funding Ticks 1 account, which we're going to talk about now. But one rule I did want to mention just before I talk about the 1 accounts is this rule. The account cannot be inactive for more than 7 calendar days. Inactive means no trades have been executed on the account, however your monthly subscription will remain active. So basically, make sure that you're trading every week, and if you don't get a trade, you can just flip a micro. I would just make sure that it lasts longer than 10 seconds because they do have another rule where 50% of your trades can't last less than 10 seconds. So just enter with 1 micro on something like ES at a time where it's not going to be moving much and get out after 10 seconds. And you're not going to blow the account in that one trade and you're not going to lose it due to inactivity. So I have checked with them in their Discord and you can do that. So this rule is absolutely manageable. And this rule applies to both the Pro Plus and the 1 accounts. But yeah, I just wanted to make you aware of it. Moving on to the 1 accounts. So this 1 account is my less preferred of the 2. But if you are a more seasoned trader and you're very, very confident in your edge and you're okay with potentially blowing a few of the accounts first, then this is probably the account that you might lean towards. But it has a profit target of $4,000 on a 50k, so that's very, very high considering the industry standard, and even less end of day max drawdown at $1,500. So basically how this account works is it is going to be harder to pass, but once you do pass it, it is insane because you have essentially no rules other than the daily loss limit of $1,000 and the end of day drawdown of $1,500. Now that doesn't look insane, but these one accounts, you don't have to build a buffer on them to get a payout. So with the Pro Plus accounts and with basically every other account in the industry, you're going to need to build a buffer on the account first before you can even take a payout. On these one accounts, you don't have to build a buffer. You can make $500 on the account once you've passed and pull that $500 out, and your max drawdown isn't going to be rammed up to break even. The drawdown will stay where it is with these accounts. So on the FAQs for the payouts, if that didn't really make sense, then you can see here, there is no reward cap. You can withdraw as much as you want. You don't require a buffer. You don't need a buffer to request a reward. As long as you have profits in your account, you can take them out. And by the way, the minimum you can get paid out is 1% of the initial balance. So on a 50K account, the minimum payout is $500. When you request a reward, your drawdown will not be adjusted to break even. It will stay at the same level it was before the withdrawal. The drawdown will only start to trail up again once you make a new high on your account. This is like, no other firm does this type of stuff. This is insane. Of course, this is assuming you can pass the account. Like I said, these accounts are harder to pass, but once you do pass them, you are very, very, very likely to get a payout because it's so easy to. But yeah, here's an example. If your account balance is at $50,500 and your drawdown is at $49,000, you can withdraw the $500 profit. Your account balance will go down to $50,000, so it does come out of your account, but your drawdown will remain at $49,000. It won't trail up, and it won't start to trail up again until you cross the new account high, so $50,501. So you can get one of these one accounts for about $140. Let's say you fail the first one and pass the second one, then you've probably put in about $280. But if you pass that second one and then you get that $500 minimum payout, you have covered your expenses, you've profited about $200 because you've got to factor in that 90-10 profit split, and then you're going to have $1,000 of drawdown to play with, essentially for free. But yeah, I just wanted to really quickly highlight the power of this firm because I just needed to get this video out as fast as possible. I will be recording a more in-depth review showing you all the ins and outs so you're not surprised by absolutely anything. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that video when it comes out. I'll probably have it out within the next week. But if you want to just jump straight into these accounts, then make sure to use my code to get the best discount, code KAICAP. And yeah, I will wish you good luck, good trading with these accounts, boys.